Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the weekend in 5th of April 2025. Trump declares tariff world war and share prices drop through the floor. Labour seems not so much for the poor, and from some net zero commitments is about to withdraw, which sticks in many a supporter's craw. Harry is patron of his charity no more, and its chair wants to settle a score from stuff that happened before, leaving Harry feeling pretty sore. Le Pen can't run for office anymore, but that's not the end of the story for sure. Donald Trump declared Wednesday as Liberation Day, April the 2nd, Freedom Day for the USA. All attempts to rip it off would be kept at bay, and every country had payback coming its way. America was back, the worm had turned, or was its back turned on a world now spurned? Less about liberation, more isolation. Trump's trench mentality makes foes of all nations. On Thursday, above the engine roar of Air Force One, the media caught him as he was about to run for a weekend in the Mar-a-Lago sun, and he spoke about the week of chaos just done. On the tariffs, it's going very well, he beamed, and Planet Earth replied, what the hell does he mean? Firstly, how can conclusions yet be concluded? Secondly, the guy must be deluded. Trump's world vengeance has caused the worst economic shock since COVID caused stock markets to drop like a rock. A potential tariff war makes many terrified. For Trump, they're terrific. His brain must be fried. Wise men say Trump finds details to be a bind. Factual accuracy rarely troubles his mind. His performance in the White House, most Rose Garden, had many economists begging for his pardon. They think he's viewed the world as a huge protection racket and made stuff up on the back of a fag packet. In the Heard and the McDonald Islands, though, the residents won't kick up a fuss in the snow. Regarding their 10% tariff, they're sanguine, 'cause there aren't any humans, just fish and penguins. And as the penguin government deliberate on whether to negotiate or retaliate, in the human world, governments have become manic as stock markets sink as fast as the Titanic. Since the Brexit result of 2016, Western politics has become a chaotic scene. The rise of the anti-establishment populist has been hard for conventional politics to resist. Brexit unleashed a need for people to want some new sort of politics, as in Trump and Johnson. But while Europe has generally shifted to the right, Britain last year chose left to be right. But Labour inherited an economic plight, and now with the Trump effect starting to bite, they found themselves embroiled in quite a fight to keep their ideological aims in clear sight. They have increasingly invaded Tory space with a Musk-like chainsaw to cut government waste, getting tough on crime and illegal immigration. On the left of their party, there's consternation. And now they plan to slash the social welfare bill, clamping down on those mentally and physically ill. Labour's supposed to care for the weak and the meek. Now they're squeezing their pips until they squeak. And as we approached the end of the week, another rumour was beginning to leak. Labour's rethinking its green agenda, and environmentalists feel like dead enders. Labour's election win was 9 months ago, a long time to forget their manifesto. With new global economics to be addressed, little wonder Sir Keir's plans have been reassessed. Tuesday saw a raft of price rises for most folk. April the 1st this year was certainly no joke. All household bills increased quite steeply, cutting into household finances deeply. And with employers' NI and minimum wage rising, business owners are doing much agonising. Following a weekend of rest and care, King Charles returned to work after his health scare. Now royal attention turned to the self-proclaimed spare, as Harry gave the papers more gossip to share. Although this wasn't tittle-tattle, to be fair, but a genuine reason to feel despair. He had set up a charity 19 years ago with co-founder Lesotho's Prince Seeiso. Sentebale is its name, and it aims to garner help for AIDS victims in Lesotho and Botswana. But last week the charity was shaken to its core when Harry decided to support it no more. The board of trustees had fractured beyond repair, with Sophie Chandaoka as the chair. For some time concerns of the trustees had been there over how she was handling Sentebale's affairs, and eventually, the long and the short of it, Sophie refused to resign, so 5 trustees quit. and then the two princes left in support of the 5, but Dr. Chandaoka as chairwoman survives. So Harry's departed the charity he started to honour his mum, he's left broken-hearted. And if severing ties with Sentebale wasn't enough, Chandaoka then accused him of all sorts of stuff. She disliked his position and entire disposition, so she and Harry welcomed the decision announced on Thursday by the Charities Commission to investigate these deep divisions. On Monday, France's political flames were fanned as Marine Le Pen, the far-right firebrand from French politics for 5 years, was banned for embezzlement of EU funds, we understand. Her supporters think the methods were underhand that got her banned, and so have already planned to make a stand with protests across the land.